Welcome back, Rellism Sports Talk. Roll! Episode 149. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube, listening on Anchor and Spotify. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, at Rellism Podcast on Twitter. Thank you for 360 Painting. Locally here in Harrisonburg, all angles are covered with 360 Painting. Love for my Commanders, love for the Black Mamba, and all the love for my mama. What's up? We got the producer in the house, Jared, because behind the scenes or on the scene, he's keeping our show extra clean. We got the GOAT, like his hat says right there, Brandon. He's the GOAT at all in his mind, and he'll debate any rival at any day or time. And I'm Terrell, I'm your host. Whether I'm right or wrong, when I'm right, I'm on. When I'm wrong, I had you going. Because on Rellism Sports Talk, we talk about sports from Hall of Famers to the local talent to the big time storylines. And boy, oh boy, big time storylines. And you see my new job.
Yeah, it's just dope, yeah.
It's just right there. All right, so look, the big time storylines. Of course, NFL WILDCARD WEEKEND, which your boys made it. And I told you they would, Brandon. Told you they would. We got studs that might get traded now. QBs that's going to miss the playoff games. College football headlines. I'm glad Brandon's here with the Alabama so we can talk about that. Coaching vacancies, playoff teams, secret important players. I want to hear secret players. I don't want to hear Justin Jefferson.
Obvious,
for Minnesota. You know, I want to hear that. But 3 new segments, Brandon. We got fake news or big time storylines. And then we got like black sheep, this or that. Come on, this or that. Come on. And then we got Bobby Brown, tell me why. Well, and the producer's going to hook it up with the music. We're going to have it rolling, yo. We're going to have it rolling. So thank you for being on. Tommy will be on in a minute. His little man wasn't asleep yet. First game of the weekend, Brandon. Seattle and the 49ers. Before we get into the game, because we leave that for the elite show on the next one. Seattle, they got in. I'm not happy, but I would much rather see Detroit play. I don't know about you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
I am excited to see a rookie quarterback play in his first playoff game. What is something that you're excited about seeing this game?
Honestly, I like this game. I think it's going to be exciting. It's a division matchup. They usually split.
Okay.
And I'll leave my pick for the next show.
Yeah, okay. So he said, what did my man on the college pickups, he said, closer than the experts think. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely saying it's closer.
Okay.
Maybe different than most experts think. So.
I like that. Okay. So let me ask you a question about the coach for the 49ers. I'm gonna do the Bobby Brown. Tell me why Coach Shanahan does not get more credit. I mean, this guy's had Jimmy G, Trey Lance, and now a rookie Brock Purdy. He's had running backs out the yin yang. Granted, he had Chris McCaffrey now, but he ain't having before that. Why is he always successful and nobody gives him any credit?
I mean, I don't think he doesn't get any credit. I think he needs to actually win and not blow a lead in a Super Bowl or something. You know,
but was he the head coach though?
No, but he was the play caller.
I mean, I feel you.
And he did it with the Niners in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. About bad play calling.
Would you take him with your offense?
I like McDaniel. I really do.
I like him too. But didn't you say he might lose his job?
I mean, if he would have lost, I mean, we've had more injuries than anybody, and the Tua thing has not helped. So, but he made it in his first year. So,
I think McDaniel's got a little good pedigree with him. I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like Shanahan, he gets more of a bad rap than what he's actually doing for his system. His system.
Yeah, I think he surrounds himself with a lot of good coaches as well.
And that's what a good coach does. That's what I
You
know what I'm saying? So Seattle, Pete Carroll, and my comeback player of the year, Geno Smith.
Well, I think it's unanimous. Yeah.
I think so. Yo, but hold on. Tommy and them said it was Saquon Barkley. I say it's Geno Smith. What you
Saquon played last year, right?
Yeah, but he got hurt early. You know what I mean?
But who had a better year? I mean,
exactly. They were supposed to be the worst team in football, right?
And he's the only quarterback in the NFC to throw 30 touchdowns, which blows my mind.
And he broke all Russell Wilson's records.
Well, because Russ is Russ.
So before we get to who we think is going to do what, or who we think the surprise player is going to be for them to win, we'll come back to that. But to the next game, I think this game might be the most exciting game of the weekend. Chargers, Jaguars.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Fake news or big-time storyline? The Chargers, if they lose, can the coach get fired for playing Williams and he got hurt now? Because the Chargers, we looked at the Chargers from the beginning. I thought their defense was going to be – they get hurt. Everybody's getting hurt. Herbert got hurt earlier when they should have beat the Chiefs. And then you play Williams in a game that meant nothing. Yeah. Is it fake news or is it a big-time storyline that he could get fired if they lose? What do you think?
I think he can get fired, but it's not just because of the Mike Williams thing.
So it's big-time storyline then.
Yeah. They were healthy for like 4 games in a row. And Herbert wasn't the same Herbert we're used to seeing. Like, I expected a lot more from him. And I don't know.
I did too. So the reason why I bring that up is because we know Sean Payton is like that big cookie that everybody's trying to get. He's interviewing with all these different teams. I think he's waiting for either Dallas or the Chargers to mess up and jump on. I don't know. What do you think?
I think Denver wants him. I don't know if he wants Denver.
You don't want Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I think Drew Brees made Sean Payton look good, honestly.
Ooh, okay.
But I mean, because I never seen him do anything without Drew Brees.
So are you saying that kind of like Aaron Rodgers made McCarthy look decent?
Yeah. Like, you know, Brady makes everybody look good, and you know, just happens.
I like that. I like that. As far as the Jaguars go, we look at the Jaguars. They went from worst to first, and you know, you're college football. You're an Alabama fan. Y'all got a pedigree of winning and everything. Here's my question though. Tell me why does Urban Meyer always get a pass? It seems like this guy's always on TV doing games, talking about different things. And now the Jaguars went from worst to first, and Trevor Lawrence looks like the number 1 pick that he was. Tell me why did Urban Meyer always get a pass, it seems like?
I don't know. He always did in college. I never liked the dude.
Me either.
I don't know. I mean, it goes to show though, Doug Peterson can get some votes for the coach of the year. He won't win it, but you know, I like the Jags, man. I like they got a good thing going.
They do. Just like I told Tommy over and over again, Trevor Lawrence over Justin Fields. I'm trying to just tell you.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's for a reason, yo, but I've been battling with people on this show all the time about that.
Give me the passer. Give me the passer every time.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so one of the games that a lot of people are talking about, the big upset, because we always talk about the Vikings being the frauds. And I know that you said maybe they're not, because they have weapons. They got tons of weapons, and then their coach is not a defensive coach. He's one of these minds that helped the Rams do what they did. You know, and he bought into Kirk Cousins, and he made Kirk Cousins feel special about himself. Why are people picking the Giants to pull this upset? What is it in their mind that they're seeing?
I guess they're seeing how terrible the Vikings secondary is, and a lot of people just, I don't know. I like Kirk Cousins. A lot of people love to hate on him and think he's just gonna, you know. I mean, it's gonna be close, but I think the Vikings win. I don't think.
Yeah, the next episode we're gonna really dive into these things. But I look at it and I'm like, the Giants are still, I mean, what is it about the Giants? How do they keep winning? Is Daniel Jones turning that corner? What's going on with them? So let me ask you a question, Brandon. We talked about Herbert. We talked about Trevor Lawrence. We talked about Daniel Jones. So this is a triple this or that. If you had to pick one of those 3, and I'm going to throw Geno in there too, because we talked about Geno. One of those 4. Which one do you think is going to have the best first-time playoff performance? Geno, Herbert, Trevor, or Daniel Jones? Now, whether they win or lose, just best performance.
I'm going to go Trevor.
You can go Trevor.
Yeah.
I like that. And why is that? Because the Chargers secondary sucks? Or as he just turning the corner.
That and lately he has shown me he's made some throws that I hated on him his first year or so, but they got some weapons now. So
They do got some weapons, man. They do got some weapons. And I think that's gonna be tough. I love seeing these first time QBs get in the playoffs. I love seeing that. I wish
wish
your
my
boy
guy was in
Tua
there, you know.
would have been there. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he deserves that shit.
I think
Tua
he
has
would have
been through
been
so much shit in his career.
had the shit with the Buffalo do not happen. I think he would have played.
You think he would have played?
Yeah.
And you know, and that's getting so crazy. And before we get to the I'm gonna go and go to the Dolphins and Bills. Dolphins and Bills. Of course, the Dolphins are shorthanded. They got Skylar Thompson being
Short-handed everywhere.
the
So.
Bills. Yeah, I think Tyreek's a little injured too, and Waddle. They both
Waddle.
hamstring. Mostert's out.
Three
You know,
linemen
their
out.
defense ain't never showed up all year anyway, since y'all giving away Mika Fitzpatrick and people like that. But you know what I mean? Like, and the Bills got the Hollywood script. They got the world cheering for them, things like that. But here's my thing, though. Who has a better chance? This or that, Brandon? This or that? Tua playing for the Dolphins next year or Lamar playing for the Ravens? Because I saw Lamar just put out on social media that I'm injured, I'm not going to play. The coach didn't do it. He did it on social media. Which one?
I don't think he's going to play because of his contract situation. He could play, I believe. I think Tua is our starter unless Brady does come next year. I think Tua is our starter.
I'm glad you said that. So you think Tua will come back?
Yeah.
Because they haven't said any kind of updates about this guy. It's been kind of quiet. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
I just think we're being careful because if that situation didn't happen with Hamlin, I think we would have cleared him. But we just scared. You know, already been investigated twice. So.
Y'all beat the Bills early in the year. You think if Tua was healthy, y'all have a chance?
Yeah, because we almost beat them last time in Buffalo with Tua and blew it.
I agree.
But we ain't got nothing to lose. Go out there, sling it. Nobody expects us to win.
Nothing to lose. And when you got people like Waddle and Tyreek Hill that can just catch the ball and make a play instantly, you have an opportunity. And I think Skylar Thompson, the more reps he keeps getting as the QB1, I'm not saying that Miami's going to win.
I think we're going to keep it close. I mean,
but I think it's going to be close. I mean, I've seen scores like plus 13, plus 15, 16. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm like, yo, this got playmakers on the other side. I don't know. We'll see about that. So you think Tua has a better chance of playing than Lamar plays for the Ravens?
Yeah, I don't think Lamar's going to be there.
So let's talk about Lamar then. So with him going on social media like that, I feel like that's his way of saying, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, where's his next landing spot then? Please say Washington.
Do y'all have the money?
Yeah, we got the money.
I would say where his hometown is, but I mean, he misses more games than Tua. So I don't, and he's not accurate. Honestly, man, and I think Jared Goff had a great year, but I think Detroit makes perfect sense.
Detroit made perfect sense. And I brought that up before. I was talking to the producer because we're both Washington fans. And I said, with all the scrutiny we got going on with the organization, all the sexual misconduct and everything, bringing in a Derek Carr or somebody like that, you're still going to talk about the misconduct. You bring in Lamar Jackson, we ain't talking about Daniel Snyder no more. We're talking about Lamar Jackson. I think they have to. I don't care if you got to overspend. You got to do something like that to just get your name cleared of all this other stuff. What you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I know, y'all would love to get him.
Just for all the other reasons too.
I mean, he would make y'all just dangerous. Yeah.
All right, so fake news or big time storyline, since you brought up the Lions. The Lions GM said Jared Goff has proved he is the QB for us. Do you think that's fake news? Or do you think that's big time storyline? Like, woo. What you think?
That is fake news.
You think it's fake news? You think they're just saying that because that's the only option right now?
What pick they have? Oh, shit, they don't have a good pick.
Not a good pick, but I mean, you got assets everywhere if you want to do something. So you're saying fake news?
Well, I thought, man, if they were picking in the top 5, I think they'd probably go after Bryce or somebody. But Is he
It's
a free
tough.
agent? Is he a free? No, he's not a free agent. Is he?
No, he's not a free agent, but I think he's only got like 1 year left or something. So it's like you got to decide what you're gonna do.
I can see him in Washington, honestly.
Don't say no shit like that,
I
Brandon.
mean,
That's the shit I was talking about. We don't want golf because I've already said that. I said golf or cars to be our quarterback because that's what we get retreads. We need somebody that's going to take over the bad storylines. But
yeah,
since you
I
said
mean,
top draft picks, the Chicago Bears, because the Texans blew their shit, got the number 1 pick. They got Justin Fields. And the GM is talking about, somebody has to blow me away. Da da da. Is that fake news that he's really might be willing to get rid of Fields to draft your boy from Alabama or somebody else? Or is that just big time storylines that he's really gonna do that shit? Is he playing games?
do they have the number 1 pick?
Chicago has the number 1 pick in the draft. The Colts have number 4. The Colts have already acquired to get that number 1 pick.
They're trading that number 1 pick because I don't think it's drafting a quarterback again. I think they take Will Anderson if they stay. Or
so you're saying they're going to keep Fields, trade that number 1 pick, and then get the best defensive player?
Right? Yeah, I mean that's what I would do. I'd get Will. If I don't think Will Anderson would be there.
I don't know. He might be there 4 because the Colts.
I mean,
he could. The team that won it. Number 4. If you think about it, the Cardinals are the only team that's not going to take a quarterback because they're number 3.
Well, they could take.
Or are they going to take a quarterback now that they got rid of everybody? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Flores goes there. Who knows what they're going to do? They're going to draft horribly. That's what I know.
Hate Flores.
I do.
So I think it's interesting because, like you were talking about, Lamar not throwing or Justin Fields and Trevor, the difference him not throwing. Your boy Bryce can throw the rock.
Yeah, he can.
The wheel boy you talking about can throw the rock. CJ can throw the rock.
Yeah.
Would Chicago say, you know what? Let's go ahead and get a boatload of stuff for Justin Fields. And get that number 4 pick from the Colts for that number 1 with some other stuff. Get whatever you eat because you're gonna get a quarterback at 4. Somebody's gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2 out of the 4 still there. I don't know. It's interesting right there. Chicago's got some things to think about. Even though Justin Fields has kind of made Chicago fans feel like, ooh, maybe.
I mean, he turned it on. I mean, running the rock. They put a little more around him. Who knows? If they can get a lot for that first pick.
That's what I'm saying. They get some RG3 shit like that we gave up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to watch that. That's why NFL free agency and the draft is getting almost better than the NBA free agency in the draft.
I wish we had a first round pick.
Y'all don't have one?
No, we had one taken away because we met with Tom Brady.
Oh, that's right.
And then we traded one for that bum Chubb.
What happened with Chubb, dude? You should have got the boy that went to the Ravens. You should have got him.
He fucking sucks.
Crazy. So then, speaking of the Ravens, we know Lamar's not going to play. Tyler Huntley. People say he's a generic Lamar playing against the Bengals. We already saw what happened in the last game they just played. What is your thought about that game? I mean, the Ravens are looking at it like, what the fuck? We got to play this team again. I mean, what? Can they come through now? Because they didn't play J.K. Dobbins last time. And I think that he's the guy that can change the whole game.
I don't see any way they can beat the Bengals.
No way. Is it because of Tyler Huntley? Because their defense has stepped up.
Even with Lamar, I think Cincinnati's on fire right now. I think they just got too much, man. I really do.
And now T. Higgins is cleared. Higgins is ready to come. He's ready to go. So I think so too, man. I think so too. The Ravens, if they lose Lamar Jackson, where would you go as an organization? What do you do to keep that fan base intact? I mean, what are you going to do then?
If I'm the GM, I'd look for coaching elsewhere because.
Do you fire the coach and the GM?
I mean, you talk to him and say, let's mutually part ways or something. Give him a little respect. Don't just fire him for making the playoffs.
Harbaugh deserves that?
I mean, I don't know if he deserves it, but I mean, you got to think they can't attract any big-time free agents. Why?
Why?
Because they don't pass the ball.
Because of Lamar.
They'll never get a receiver because nobody's going to want to go there to watch people run. I mean,
because of Lamar. And speaking of the QB, another team in the AFC that was right there for the playoffs, who has a solid defense, had a great draft, the New York Jets.
Yeah.
New York Jets are right there. Their owner, tell me what you think about this, Brandon. Fake news or big time storyline? The Jets owner says he's willing to spend money on a QB because that's their missing piece. Is he doing it to hype up the MILF Hunter, or is he really serious? Like, yo, I'm ready to go in on it.
Nah, I think he's serious. I think he's going to get Derek Carr, to be honest.
So that's big time storyline.
I think so.
And you think he's going to get Derek Carr?
Yeah, which is fine with me as a Dolphins fan.
So do you think Derek Carr can put him over the top? It's a lot of weapons out there.
I mean, he'll have a lot better of a defense than he's ever had in Oakland. I mean, he makes them a lot better. But I've seen too much Derek Carr fumble and turning the ball over.
So would he spend that money on him, or is he talking about Aaron, or is he talking about somebody big time? Like
who else out there could it be?
I don't know.
Jimmy G gonna put him over the top.
Well, I mean, Jimmy G's gonna be there, which we're gonna talk about. I don't know.
I think it's Derek Carr. I could be wrong, unless they're trying to. They can't draft another quarterback either.
Nah, he said he wants to spend money on a proven QB. Speaking of proven QBs, the Packers GM, fake noise or big time storylines. He says we're not ready to part ways from Aaron Rodgers. Do you think he's just saying that to feed the ego of Aaron Rodgers, or is he serious about it? Like Jordan Love's not ready. What you think?
Well, I think he's serious about it, and I think Jordan Love's not ready either. But I don't know. I would love to have Aaron. If we had Aaron Rodgers, I bet we could guarantee a Super Bowl for us. But
I mean,
but I think he may retire, man.
So you think he's gonna retire?
It's a possibility. Because I saw Jameis Williams ask for his jersey after the game. He said, "I'm gonna hold on to this one."
He did say, "I'm gonna hold on to that."
That's odd to hold on to this one. But.
That's true. But he did say in his press conference, he said, "I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be with this team. I'm gonna see what the other teams are willing to do too." You know what I mean? So, would you be willing to get rid of Tua for 1 or 2 years of Aaron Rodgers?
He can back up Aaron Rodgers for years.
Is he gonna back him up? I mean, how many years has he been there? You got to pay him after his fourth.
He backed up Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean,
yeah, but he was still in his rookie contract.
This is his third year. He got 2 more years on his deal.
That's it. It would be his 4th year coming up, right?
But where do you think we're going to extend this dude? I mean, if he keeps,
that's your quarterback. I don't know.
If it should keep happening, put him in a fucking brain center or something. I don't know.
You said it was fake concussions.
No, I never saw the second one. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. So,
and Aaron Rodgers loves it this way. He loves it this way. So going to the next game, Cowboys and Bucks, Monday Night Football. Why do they make it up? Have we ever had Monday Night Football on Wild Card Weekend?
I don't remember. I mean, I was trying to think, and I don't.
There's never been a Monday night game.
No, I don't think so.
So why is it that way, Brandon? What is going on with this conspiracy, Brandon? Tell me something.
Nah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is that's America's team and it's Tom Brady. Everybody's gonna watch that game.
They want the ratings, right?
That's gonna be the most watched game, yeah, for sure.
And it will be because what makes me scared though is everybody's picking the Bucks to win. It's pissing me off because I want the Cowboys to lose.
They will.
Will they lose? We'll talk about that. So here's my question. Let's say the Bucks lost. There's rumors. Tell me if it's fake noise or big time storyline that Tom Brady is going to be a Raider next year.
Is it?
I mean, think about it. He already was assumed to go there before when the Dolphins and Raiders, and then his offensive coordinator is the coach. What you think about that?
I think it's possible. I think I read Miami's not off the table either.
Miami ain't off the table. But with the Raiders, you got Adams there.
But
I mean, you can't have everybody, Brandon. You want Tom Brady, you want Aaron Rodgers, you want
yeah,
everybody.
I can see him going to.
Did he freeze, or is he still
I don't
thinking
know.
about it?
I think he's going somewhere. I don't think he's
He's
going to
not.
retire.
So you think at the end of the season for the Bucks, whether they win or they lose, you think will go to another team, regardless?
Yeah, he's a Ric Flair of fucking football, dude.
I will never retire.
Never.
Hey, you might be right, and that's gonna make it even more crazy and make it more fun. And I like the fact that he might go to the AFC, just because look at all the quarterbacks in the AFC, and then you throw Tom Brady in there also. I think that would be some fun type stuff, yo. Fun type stuff. If you had to pick though, which one you leaning on, Raiders or Dolphins?
Dolphins, just because his kids live there, and I think he wants to beat Belichick twice a year.
Yo,
I think
I'm
he
with
wants
you, Brandon.
to do that because he has that
with
mentality, man. I mean, he has that mentality.
And it came out that they were talking about him being part owners or part something. You know what I mean? He was having some role in the hire. I'm with you with that. That people are trying to like not talk about no more. No, when it comes to Tom Brady, people talk about all the greatness, but the other stuff they kind of like, just like pushing away and shit. I'd be like, I don't even know, man. But Tom Brady, he's 7-0 versus the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are 2-0 versus them in the playoffs. This or that, which one you going with? This for Brady, that for the Cowboys.
I'm going my preseason Super Bowl pick. I'm going with this.
You going with him. You going with him. That's crazy too, man, because people looked at them for dead. They're below 500.
Right.
Could they beat the Eagles in the second round if they played them? Now, granted, if the Giants beat the Vikings, then the Giants will play them. And then Tom Brady would have to play against his hometown team, the 49ers. How crazy would that be against a rookie quarterback?
Get his revenge on him.
Storylines, yo. Big time storylines everywhere.
I mean, yeah, they can beat that's a team you wouldn't want to play, Tampa, because they're loaded on offense.
And they're getting healthier, right? They're getting healthier.
Yeah. So
crazy. Okay. All right, so let's talk about some teams that didn't make the playoffs. I want you to tell me why, Brandon. Tell me why. These coaches are driving me crazy. Hackett, Tommy's coach, and Kingsbury, the Cardinals coach, they get fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Hackett being like horrible, elementary, couldn't even do the simple things, right?
Right.
I keep hearing about both of them getting jobs like that. Just like that, they're getting coordinator jobs, they're getting all these jobs just like that. Tell me why they're getting jobs like that. And then people like Lovie Smith, who for the Texans, he was a scapegoat coach to put in there anyway.
Yeah, I think he knew that.
They fought. And then Steve Wilkes, who didn't deserve to get fired from the Cardinals, and the Panthers were this close to win the division. How come these two guys ain't getting talked about like this, getting coordinator jobs, but these other two are? Tell me why.
I don't know. But I do think Steve Wilkes, hopefully, is Miami's defensive coordinator next year, because we need to get rid of ours. I really like Wilkes. Think he should be the head coach. Kingsbury, I don't know why people love this guy.
Tommy was just talking about him being on his Denver team, right?
I have never seen anything I liked about it.
He ain't nowhere.
Is it because he's a handsome young dude or something? I have no idea what it is.
Lane Kiffin Family Dollar version? I don't know.
I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it. Hackett, I guess, because Aaron Rodgers made him look good for a little bit.
This dude couldn't do elementary play calling. He couldn't come up with nothing. No. How the hell is he even getting offered anything? And Green Bay even said they would take him back.
They take him back as an offer.
They take him back just like that. That's
what, if Rodgers wants him back, I guess they will. But I don't.
Rodgers likes anybody he can push over.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. No, but
so we're talking about these different coaching jobs. So in the AFC, we got the Texans, Colts, and Broncos. This or that, Brandon, which one do you think is the best coaching opportunity right now? Texans, They got the number 2 pick in the draft. The Colts, you got Jonathan Taylor. You got a couple playmakers, Pittman, a couple pieces on defense. And then the Broncos, you're stuck with the contract of Wilson, but you got like PS2 on the other side. which one do you think is the best coaching opportunity for somebody to come in?
I would like the Colts.
Why is that?
Because you have the opportunity to pick your franchise QB,
There
probably.
you go. Okay.
And you got Jonathan Taylor. You got some good defensive players. I mean, really good defensive players. And you have an owner who will do whatever it takes to win, I think.
Well, I mean, this owner kept doing different things, getting all these quarterbacks, and they do nothing. Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. Is he gonna get a quarterback? Who's he gonna get? Carr?
I think they draft the best available one.
You think that team has time to wait for a drafted quarterback?
I mean, they may bring some.
There ain't much out there.
Damn, no, not a lot. Jimmy
Because
G
they
or
can't
something,
take a
but,
chance with any of these people like Mitchell Trubisky. I think Jimmy
Baker,
G would be the
can
one.
Baker not say get a job?
But that's what I'm saying. Would you bring Baker in there? Even though Baker wanted to go there, would you take him? I think Jimmy G would be the only one I would take.
Yeah, I would take him for both of them probably for a year or two, if unless one of these rookies is just that good.
But can the Colts afford to do that? He made it public, like, I'm sorry I let the fan base down getting all these whack quarterbacks. I feel like he has to hit somebody. He's got to hit somebody that's proven. And I think Jimmy G's really the only one out there that you can really get. Unless you can make a splash and do some kind of trade and get Justin Fields. Just on the upside portion. If you can make that trade, that they got the number 4 pick in the draft, Brandon.
Would you give that up for Fields, or would you go with
you give up the number 4 pick and maybe future first, whatever you got to do. You get Fields, they get the number 4, and whatever else you're giving them, your fan base is like, well, shit. What you think about that?
Is he that much better than a Stroud or a Young right now? I mean, you think?
I think I would take Young over Fields.
Yeah. So
the more I watch him, and I was never a big fan of him. Like, not a fan, but I never thought.
I know his size. You don't fall in love with his size because he's small, but
he's so intelligent.
He's composed and he can make all the reads. So I would take Young if he's there, but there's no guarantee he'll be there.
But I'm saying if you make that trade, you trade to get the number 1 pick, or you trade to get Fields.
Yeah, that's why I think the Colts is probably the most enticing, because I don't want to be stuck with Russell Wilson and all that.
Not all that, yeah.
Texas
is like you get the number 2 pick, which they're probably gonna take a quarterback, right?
You would think. I mean,
they gotta take a quarterback. I mean, I like Davis Mills, but I mean, he's a good backup.
Yeah,
I'll take that shit. I wanted him at Washington in the 3rd round. I wanted to take him. You know what I mean?
I mean, he don't have much to work with either.
But. Exactly. Neither did Deshaun Watson, but he made things happen.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
Hey, so Mechie, I made a whole lot of shit pop. Yo, Mechie went to Alabama, right?
Yeah, should be.
And Williams went to Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Jameson. So here's my question, Brandon: this or that? Mechie's finally, the cancer's gone. He's coming back. They says he'll be ready for opening day next year. Jameson Williams, we saw glimpses of him coming back at the end of the year. This or that, which one would you take going forward the next 3 years? 2 Alabama studs. Which one would you take?
Jameson Williams. This dude's special. And I think
Jameson.
He's special.
Why is that?
He might be the fastest dude in the league.
Is he the fastest dude?
He's that fast and he's that big, and it's ridiculous. So with Amaron and them weapons, he's gonna be. Man.
And so that's why you said that the Lions GM was fake news, because you said if Lamar wants to come there with those weapons,
yeah.
And that's why I'll keep on jumping on that ship. I'm telling you, man, if Lamar Jackson goes to the Lions
and 2 solid running backs, I mean.
3 solid running backs.
Well, Jamal Williams, a free agent, but Bliss.
They're gonna sign him. He won't. Yeah. And the thing about him is, he probably wouldn't even ask for like an exorbitant amount of money.
Nah, he's not like a 3 down back. Yeah,
beating the Packers twice a year, like you were talking about Brady going to Miami.
Yeah,
that shit means more. Like Josh Jacobs, like, I want to be a Raider. I got enough money. Let me just stay here. Let me live my life in Las Vegas. I'm chilling with Devontae Adams. We both 1,000-yard. You know what I'm saying? We doing it. We bring in Tom Brady. Let's go. It's gonna be crazy what's gonna happen in this offseason, man. It's gonna be crazy. Next episode, Brandon, we're gonna dive into the wild card games. who's going to be the players that can put each team over the top. And then we're going to get into college football. We're going to talk about the national title game. What David Pollock said while Nick Saban was sitting right beside him, talking about Georgia. What the fuck? We're going to talk about Reggie Bush, who got elected to College Football Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about Stetson Bennett. Those are the kind of things we're going to talk about, Brandon. You ready for that?
Oh, yeah.
But before we get there, we got 3 minutes left. Tell me why, Brandon. Tell me why. And I rock Cardinals hats on here all the time. Like, that was going to be my new team. So I pick a team, producer. They all suck. They all suck. All my teams suck. Notre Dame sucks. Georgetown had lost 27 Big East games in a row, dude. What the hell? You got executing as your coach.
That's hard to do on purpose.
What is going on? What is going on? I mean, the Mets finally, Mets are doing. We still ain't won shit, but we looking all right on paper. But Brandon, tell me why the Cardinals. We got rid of the GM. Well, sorry, he left for medical reasons. Yeah. He was gonna get fired, motherfucker. That's what Coach got fired. Kyler Murray's hurt, so he lucky he ain't get nothing. How are you trying to get rid of D-Hop? Why are you trying to trade D-Hop? Why? Is it because
maybe Murray
value or
too? I mean, I don't know.
What is it about D-Hop?
I mean, if you can get something for him, why not? You're not going nowhere anytime soon. I think they know that.
You don't think so?
No, because Kyler's not going to be – he's going to miss probably half of next year.
See, you're assuming that, though. You're assuming that.
I don't think
that sounds like the Raven fans like Tommy talking about, Lamar's going to be there. The motherfucker ain't played all year forever.
I mean, I don't know if Kyler's really that guy anyway. I've always thought that, but
you've always said he was a crybaby. You've been on that. And
I think he is a crybaby. And they brought a coordinator, a coach in to fit what he does.
Yeah, exactly right.
Everybody else liked the coach except for him. They couldn't get along.
And how does that happen? He got the job to draft you number 1.
Yeah,
y'all can't get along.
But everybody else on the team loved the coach, but they couldn't get along.
My only thought was maybe because they got Hollywood Brown, which is supposed to be his best friend from school, and all this stuff. That you're trying to get whatever kind of assets you can get to help that defensive end. I don't know. I'm hoping that's what it is. Because
I mean, he's getting older too. So
yeah, but he's still one of the best wide receivers in football.
Yeah.
So we got a minute left, Brandon. If you had to pick, we saw the Patriots talking about trying to grab him. I hope he don't go there. Even though I feel like whatever. What team could D-Hop go to change everything for their team?
The Giants.
Giants, okay. You trust Daniel Jones then? You know what I was thinking about?
Who?
I was thinking Green Bay.
Oh, well, yeah.
Or, damn, who was the other team I was thinking about? I forgot. But Green Bay was the thing I was thinking about with Aaron Rodgers to entice him to stay. Hey, we bring in D-Hop. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. Come with it. I know these rookie young guys you like, but D-Hop's a different kind of animal. Because he still talks about Adams all the time. He's still talking about it. Hey, thank y'all for watching Rellism Raw Sports Talk episode 149. I got the GOAT with me. I got the producer in the back. Appreciate y'all. We'll be right back, diving into the wildcard weekend and college football highlights. Alabama's going to be a big topic. See y'all in a minute. Thank you, Brandon. All right. We'll be right back.